Hey guys, welcome to our new weekly update.
Week two, yeah.
We're consistent now.
We're trying to be like modern or something. I don't know what that means, but
We finally got to the internet.
everyone has. I remember this is a dumb sidetrack. We're not even into our main topic yet. No one's gonna watch this, but it's like it was like I don't know whatever Adepticon we were at, and like every guy's like, you should listen to my podcast. Like, why does everyone?
They hand you like a business card.
Like every single guy, every opponent, like you're like, what? Who's listening to all?
Let's just say it put us off a little bit.
Yeah, so we're here. Yeah.
Yeah, we're also the worst at that because like every year everyone's like, "Oh, did you take pictures? Oh, did you like take some videos?" And I'm like, "Oh, I think I got one picture on day one of my army, and then I forgot to do anything every round or whatever."
Yeah.
I'm so bad at it.
Because we're just
awful at that.
No, it's the everything that goes on in Adepticon. This is not even our topic anyway at all, but this is becoming for us it's like you're up early, you're playing all day, which is like literally 8 to 10 hours or something for like 4 days, and then you're eating badly. Yeah. You're basically drinking all day, so your brain kind of runs out of bandwidth.
We're basically athletes.
Yeah, or hobby athletes.
It's the closest we'll ever get.
Hobby
anyways.
athletes. Yeah. You could call it that. I guess. Anyway.
So the goal of these weekly chats is just to kind of catch you up on what's going on in the shop, talk about like what's coming up, new release wise, and just kind of talk about what we're kind of working on, just to keep in touch with the community. So. What's coming up next is Space Marines. So that's
finally.
So they're doing a little bit unconventionally. They're doing a two-week pre-order window. So this coming Saturday, you'll have 2 weeks to pre-order your items. So
they reserve this for their like big deal releases, which I guess Space Marines would qualify for. Yeah. I guess there's a reason there's like a rhino outside their main building, but. So that just means you have a little bit extra time to decide. I think this also means, I haven't seen an email about it, but I'm pretty confident there's probably no caps on, like, stores can get probably like billions of whatever.
We're gonna have the cap numbers pretty soon. They said so we'll know the caps before like this Saturday when you can even
they'll
put
probably
the money
be
down.
huge though. I can't imagine anything in that release that'll be like, oh, you can only have 2 or something.
And knowing Space Marines, it'll probably still sell out. Because it's like just based on the previews, like it's pretty exciting. Like speaking from like my own selfish personal standpoint, of course, like I'm very excited as a Blood Angels player, like to finally have Assault Marines with jump backs.
Yeah,
very cool.
Yeah, I personally do like that they went with tactical rocks. I know it's like controversial.
It's a controversial
controversy or whatever. No, I think most people are like, they don't necessarily love the tactical rock, but they admit that it's just gonna be like way sturdier and less.
It's kind of like a compromise solution to what else, like otherwise you end up with like not very dynamic poses, I guess, right? They're kind of doing this sort of like different waiting for the bus kind of pose,
for the bus,
as we call it,
or they're like landing or whatever,
landing. So at least it's kind of cool, like they're all launching basically into space, which is landing, which is pretty cool. And then I think my second one that I'm probably the most excited about is the Command Squad.
Yeah,
I was kind of surprised to see that.
So we have Command Squad, you have Scouts, you have
Terminators.
Like the full kit. Yeah. So, really, and I think they've confirmed this. We've really now seen the full transformation of the Space Marine range.
This is like the full circle. Yeah.
I think the only thing I guess we're missing is the chapter specific, like where they flush them out with more primaries. But the kind of era of the Trueborn has been shifted, or they've been moved into Horse Heresy pretty much.
Yeah.
And 40K is now Primaris. Long live Primaris or whatever. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know. I love them personally. I don't actually have a proper, like a non-Horse Heresy Space Marine army, so this probably in the next 5 years
you'll have to now that the entire range has been redone.
There's no excuse now. Like I'll wait till the thing comes out or whatever. No, it's all here. So
Well, you have to wait for your love affair with Eldar ends. Then they're still kind of transforming that.
It's probably there's probably one more shelf of models that I can calm down or whatever when I get to shelf 3 or whatever.
But yeah, no, it's exciting. Like I think there's like for old geezers like us that have been doing the hobby for like decades, it's kind of cool to see the classic units like restored in like the new like bigger size. So I think it's a cool nostalgia release for like, a lot of people. Yeah, very cool.
So anyway, let us know what you want, because that helps us tremendously with getting the right amount, making sure no one feels left out. Obviously, lets you support the store, which we're appreciative of. But these things are always like impossible to nail. Otherwise, like we literally people don't fathom like how the guesswork that we have to make.
Yeah.
Because like on one hand, there's like a lot of excitement. The internet will say one thing, and then sometimes things are quiet when the thing's released, and then other times people are like, I would have bought 7, and you're like, well, tell me. So,
like, please help. Yeah,
like these things, obviously, there's a high cost associated with it. So yeah, we have to be careful to like not go crazy or whatever. So I mean, the other argument is, it's a Space Marine, it'll sell, but you'd be surprised. Not every Space Marine is made equally.
Yeah.
And looking at you, servo chair guy.
Servo chair. Oh, luckily, I don't think there's a servo turret in this release. I think we might be safe. I don't know, but there's you never know. Maybe it's the Scouts.
I hope it's busted. I hope it's busted.
I hope it's not. But holy cow, man! Please. Jay's right. It's always like you're kind of just trying to like. We're trying to like get exactly what we need to support our customers, but also have a little bit left over so that we do have some left on the shelf for the inevitable walk-in people that like didn't know or didn't realize they wanted one to the last minute or whatever. Yes. So it is always difficult navigating those sorts of things.
Yep. Well, that's what's new this week.
And it'll be what's new next week too, just so you know.
We'll be talking. So it'll be part 2
We'll talk
next
Marines
week.
Or whatever again next week.
Yeah, this week was kind of quiet. It's just some Blood Bowl stuff. And I guess some of the different Titans came out or whatever.
You can still let us know if you want one, and we can probably get one for the weekend. They decided to put like 3 different boxes out, so just let us know, Castigator or what the heck's the other guy called? We got the Lancer, there's the Castigator, and then there's the Atropos? Yeah.
Maybe. I used to know all these, but I don't know. The Titans are like, I mean, they're obviously like all very horse heresy, and Games Workshop's decided not to make, as far as I know. Maybe they'll come out later in the Night House's codex, but currently I don't think they have War Screw.
I think they're Legends still. They're unfortunately, Legends, which puts them in that kind of like, for whatever reason. We all like match play. Unfortunately, does dictate a lot of what people purchase. Whether that's good or how you feel about that. It does kind of drive things, especially like even Games Workshop's like Warhammer community articles and what they talk about. A lot of it is focused on like match play and what people do.
Yeah.
So when they decide to do Legends kind of stuff, it puts this sort of like air on the units that I suppose people feel like, are there going to be situations where I can't use them?
Yeah.
Any doubt at all with models, people just kind of avoid them generally. Yeah. So it's a shame. But
I get the side why they chose to do that.
Yeah.
It's less units stuff to balance. Yeah. But I don't know. They have like 1,500 war.
What's another 50 or whatever?
Or something. I don't know. That's my opinion.
So maybe they'll change their mind at some point. When
they've flip-flopped many times on that over the years.
Results or whatever,
they've gone back and forth like I don't know how many times in their hobby careers where they've been like, the Forge World's in play, then it's out of play, then it's in play, then it's out of play. And you always know when it's in play because you'll be at an event and you'll be like, "What are those models? I've never seen those." And the guy's like, "I always had these."
3 Desolators just sitting around waiting. You're like,
So that's that. Okay. So then, what's in your hobby? What's on your paint table?
For me,
you finished.
I've been feeling pretty good. I've been like pretty productive lately. I've managed to like I don't know about you guys, but like I get in the situation where. If I kind of break my streak of painting at home, I get out of that habit, and like it's very hard to kind of like recreate that sort of like habit again.
Yeah.
So I managed to like break through that a couple weeks ago, and actually it was actually going down and playing with Ash. We were supposed to play 40K,
right?
And I had basically had a little homework assignment essentially, and I had to finish this Hive Tyrant in a couple days. So like I was actually sitting at home painting, and I was like, thank goodness for that. Because it got me just like sitting.
You're like, I can't show up.
And then all of a sudden, like in the evenings again, I was like, I can paint. and I just kind of like got into it again. And so yeah, I know. Yeah, good for you. Says, but not meaning it at all. So I've been actually like cranking units out pretty good recently. After my very unproductive summer, pretty excited to kind of get a painted Seraphon army.
Yeah.
So I've been working on. Last week I finished the cavalry, like the Agrodons, 6 of them. Actually took like 3 weeks ish.
Wow.
Because they're big models. Yeah. Like they don't like, I don't know, they don't like look it necessarily, but like when you're actually painting them, you're like the mount is massive and it's just a lot of surface area. They're big.
They're pretty
guys,
big. Yeah. Having seen them on the table, those are big boys.
So they took quite a bit of time, and then I dug into what is like probably my most grindiest paint task of the army, which is like a block of 20 Saurs. So I split it into. I airbrushed, which is always a great way to kind of get going on a unit and feel pretty good. And then I got all the base coating for the 20 out of the way, so I like slammed the golds on, blacked them out, and then in order to save sanity on like the highlighting, I decided to break them into 10s. So I did 10 just last week, and then I'm working on 10 more right now.
Pretty good.
So it's not too bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm in cities mode, and I'll be living in the city.
You flick the switch.
Probably till the spring. I don't know. It's gonna be like So I'm gonna have to like come up with like fake things I'm working on, maybe so that you guys think I'm doing other things. Really, I'm just painting knights and foot soldiers, and no, it's going okay. The knights are like coming along. I had my test one done, and then the other 4 are in like various stages. But I think it'll be okay. I think when the general army release comes, they'll kind of like slowly gear up more and do more batch painting. I'm kind of really just going slowly through them. I'm in no rush either. Like I would like to get them done for Adepticon, which is in March. But if I don't, it's okay. I have fallback armies.
Yeah, you have lots of
So
you'll have to do a video on the knight's armor that you did, like the silver, because it turned out really nice. Yeah.
It's a lot of the I guess like concept. I do this with like any army that I want to like really. Sometimes it works better than others, but I really like think of the theme a lot before I start, and it can be, what kind of where they are. I actually really go down to like what does the landscape looks like? Literally, like are they in like a desert? Are they in a lush? Are they in just like temperate, like where we are? And that motivates my like basing, and then I'm like, what kind of weather occurs there, and then that inflicts like some colors and lighting and things like that. So with them, it's a lot of the metallic has been treated with a lot of different washes, and I was inspired by a lot of. There's tons of artists painting cities right now, and
true.
And if you look in the book itself, there's just kind of this like grittiness to them. They look very. They just look like all they do is fight. And then I've been playing Diablo, which is also like a kind of dark and grungy looking game. Everyone's kind of like, I don't know, everything's covered in sand and dirt all the time, and life is hard.
That sounds like it would. What it'd be like to be a human?
Yeah. So I kind of they're literally like trying to set up new cities and settlements, and they've got a few nice like strongholds, but like even those are like they're always worried about something or other.
It's kind of a cool flip on the old Empire, right? Like the old Empire, all their stories about just defending what they had. Yeah. And the new cities is all about like conquest and reclaiming lost cities.
They're kind of on the offense more than just being assailed from Alder. I mean, they are, but I guess old Empire didn't have like a Stormcast that they could just be like, hey, Daddy.
Can you? Hey, Daddy.
we've got some problems here. Can you send some lightning guys
just, like,
down?
Drop a few dudes.
Oh yeah.
It's a bit of a difference.
Anyway, so it's you basically start with like a mid-level metallic. And you think of like chainmail or whatever. I think I'm using AK natural steel or whatever, neutral steel, which is like you're right in the middle, and then there's just lots of. Agraxes and Reichlands.
So you're just kind of like toning it down to where you want it.
And then carefully like I use a lot of actually straight black too because I want to really make sure the shadow is. Like,
I found that pretty important. If you truly want to add like contrast to your metallics, you kind of are stuck kind of sometimes using actual like like a black or like a non-metallic color.
This is so we'll do some videos on that.
That would be cool.
A little bit. And yeah, people have commented, they're like, oh, these guys, they're not as vibrant. Or if I painted a vibrant color, I then dulled it down.
Yeah.
So like,
don't worry, it won't be that way.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's where I spend a lot of time. But the first few models take the longest. So I always joke that like there's like 2 or 3 models in my, if you see like an entire collection of mine, and they look really, really good, and then their other 65 are just like getting it through the factory or whatever.
At some point, the factory will turn on.
I'm running out of time here or whatever. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
So there's that, and then I think the other project we should touch on, mostly because it's free advertising, is Chris and I are painting Marvel models.
Yeah.
And so Chris is painting. What are these? These
are the Inhumans. Yeah, I always call them the Invincibles or whatever. Because I watched that cartoon recently.
And then I'm painting the Winter Guard. So I don't. Yeah. Anyway, so. Long story short, people are always asking like, "Oh, do you guys sell models that you've painted?" And the answer for now, or in this case, would be yes. So we're going to be painting random Marvel teams.
Yep.
And every month there will be 2 new teams put up for sale, and they're like going to be an absolute bargain because you're going to pay like probably, I don't know.
It'll be just like probably a little bit over MSRP.
A little bit over MSRP, but you won't have to build them, and they'll be already painted.
Yep.
And if you want me to put a little piece of paper that said I painted it,
wow, you get a signature.
You can get I don't know, but
numbered prints or whatever.
You can buy them, and if you see them, buy them because they're like one of one. There's not going to be like, 5 or 6 of these to buy. So that'll be cool.
If it's a huge success, we might do it with some other things like the odd thing, but just kind of stay in touch for that and ask us about it.
Yeah. So, but it does not mean that. Well, we'll see, but that does not mean you can just be like, "Hey, paint me X-Men" or whatever. I don't know. It's dependent on kind of.
We're kind of driving. We're picking the stuff and we're post. So you have to kind of just stay.
So it's a bit of like collect them all or whatever. Yeah. So so I don't know. Let's.
And then for what's going on, do we have anything coming up this weekend? We got the league going still, obviously.
Yeah, so the 40K and Age of Sigmar League are rolling along into round 2. Something to keep in mind is if you miss this window, there will be another window probably.
We're probably going to,
January.
The idea is to be on for 2 months, off for a month, and then back on. So early December, we'll kind of post the one that'll start in January.
Yes. Yeah.
And then that's kind of the new jump on phase, and then every 3 months or so there'll be a new jump in sort of time to get involved.
Exactly. And our main event for this week is the Bright Lights pre-release for Flesh and Blood.
Yeah, Flesh and Blood. Yeah.
So for those of you that watch us that only do miniatures or maybe you dabble in card games, you should really check out.
Pre-releases are fun, man. And this one specifically, Bright Lights, it's set designed for casual play. Like it's sort of like their jump starts like something Magic does, which is essentially like you can grab 3 packs and you can build a deck. No matter what 3 packs they are, they will make a functional deck.
Right.
So this is what Bright Lights is. So like it's going to be a really fun set to draft and just play games with. So if you like card games, pre-releases are just a fun time, just to come out and meet people and have a good time. And the Flesh and Blood community is awesome. So
very good. Yeah. So, but either way, if you never played, every Friday we run the kind of Friday Night Magic or Friday Night. We call it this is called an Armory.
Yeah.
And if you've never played before, we have staff on hand that can teach you. And it's a very cool game. Don't sleep on it. It's not like a flash. It's had some time this season.
Yeah, we're like
it's
over 3 to 4 years, and it's like 12 sets or something like that. So they're sticking around.
Yeah. So
cool. I think that wraps up our weekly chat. We'll see you guys again next week, and some other videos should be coming out as well.
Thanks.
Take care.